What's up, everyone? It's me, CN.TSUKAIMA, and welcome to CN.Figures, Figures in your house. And for this tour review, we're going to look at the Marvel Legends 2019 Endgame Wave 3 Thor Build-A-Figure, Heimdall. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but I am so proud of Hasbro that they already made a figure out of this guy. They should at least made him since the first or the second movie of Thor came out back in the days. Like the first movie came out in 2011 and the second one came out in 2013. And I like those two movies more than the third one. You should at least made them right there, but it didn't. But all that matters is that we finally got a figure of Heimdall. And I was so lucky because Big Bad Toy Store had the last one on stock. So if you guys want to get your good toys, please check out Big Bad Toy Store. So check out that website right now, guys. Okay, so you can see the figure inside his window box, and I don't know if it comes with one or two accessories because I'm counting the sword and his cape. In the top of the box, there's Legend Series, bottom, Marvel's Avengers, Infinity War, because this is the Infinity War version, and there's his name right there in the bottom. And both sides of the box we get a picture of him, and also in the back side with all the figures in the set, including the build figure. And there's nothing in the bottom side, but on the top side there's the Avengers logo right there and the name of the build figure. Alright, so enough chatting. Let's take this guy out of his box. And there's Heimdall out of his box. And wow, this figure is so great. And I really like how Hasbro done it. He came out just like in the movie. And I agree with Sherman's Prime. They should at least made of Heimdall figure from the first movie of Thor with his armor on. That would be so amazing, but I don't know why that Hasbro didn't done it. But maybe in the future we will get a version out of that Heimdall, but who knows. And also that this figure is the best one from this wave, but it's not that easy to find this guy. And I'm so glad that I bought the last one from Big Bad Toy Store, and right now Valkyrie is in stocks, so you guys can get her. And I'm still thinking if I want to get her or not, because I still prefer from the 2-pack, the one came in Thor in 2017, but I will think about it. But my good friend CB Hunts, he did a review with this figure, longer with Valkyrie, and I really like it. But still, this figure and Valkyrie are the hardest one that you cannot find in any of your local stores. But boy, I really like how this figure looks. Alright, so now let's get on with his accessories. And here are the accessories the figure comes with. And I'm gonna start with the sword first because they made like 3 versions of this piece. One with the 2-pack with Valkyrie and Thor, and the other one with a 3-pack with Thor, Rocket, and Groot. And this is the first time I'm holding this sword. But they made like 3 different copies, but different paints when the sword is. But I really like this sculpting right there in the middle of the sword. You can see that color and some detail around in each side. And also some detail in the brown color. And some sculpting right there in the bottom. And also right here in the top. The sword looks so good. But I don't know if the cape is also accessory. But the way I'm seeing this cape, it almost look like Coke's cape. The one came out in 2018. But you can see that it has some red lines around the cape and a little bit silver detail right there in the tip. And there's the hood, all sculpted very good. And also has some sculpting here. And also right there in the back of this cape. But the cape is also good, but it almost looks like Coke's, like I mentioned. So what I like is the sword, but the cape I also like it, so I like them both. Alright, so now let's get back with the figure. And here's Heimdall again, and I don't know if I'm still saying the name right, but who cares. And before I show you the figure, I'm gonna show you how you can put his cape on. So here's his cape, and the easy way you can put his cape on by like pulling out his head. Let's see if this can take it out. No, it doesn't. I thought it did. Here's his cape. Okay, so you have to put his cape just like this without his head, and then you can put his head on. I don't know why they did not add an extra head with his open mouth. I don't know why. Okay, so here he is with his cape on. If you want to take his cape out, just pull out his head again, and then take out his cape. Boy, I'm loving this figure right now so much. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about his head sculpt because they done a number with the head. So you can see his beard right there on his face with some little bit wrinkles around, and also the sculpting on his nose and on his lips. There's his eyebrows, but I don't know the color of his eyes. I think they're red, I believe, but I don't know. But look at the sculpting on his hair, and they added a little bit white color in the top of his head, and there are his ears sculpted so good, but also in the back of his hair, a lot of great sculpting, and I love it. And you can see that this figure has some detail, and that is his wound. So here's one on his waist. You can see it with the red paint and with the ripped cloth of his clothes, and also on his arm. The wounds, they look so sick, and I love they added this detail on this figure. You can see in his bag sculpting good, and also some detail on his clothes. And also I love the sculpting of his gloves, because his gloves is some little bit sculpting in each one, but he didn't came with no extra hands. They should really give him like one pair of extra hands, like open hands or grabbing hands. I don't know why, but I really love how these hands they came out. You can see in each one shows their knuckles and some detail on the top, well, in the back of his hand, but no detail on the inside the hand. But there's some little bit sculpting on his legs, and also some detail on his boots. There's not a lot to talk about this guy, but I do like how they made him. He does look like he came out from the movie, and it kind of sucks that Thanos killed him. But all that matters is that he managed to save Hulk before he turned to Bruce Banners. But both Infinity War and Endgame were the best Avengers movies ever. But I always will love the first movie of the Avengers. Okay, so you can see his boots has some little bit some kind of light gray, not light red, like darker red color on his boots, and some little bit sculpting and some detail around, and also right here in the back. But what I like of this figure are the wounds that he came, and also his cape. And this figure is very awesome. Now let's talk about his articulation. Okay, you can move his head side to side, rotation. He can look down a little bit, and also in the top. You can open his arms this much. Rotation in each one of his arms. And some bicep swivel. Double jointed on his elbows. And some wrist articulation, swivel, and also pivot. And I forgot to show you that his buckle has some detail. You guys can see it right there, and also in the back. And his shirt has some detailed lines, and also sculpting. I forgot to show you that too. And also on his back. And I thought he had a necklace, but no, it's just the lights of my flashlights, that I have on right now. And he has some torso articulation that you can swivel it and also bend it back and forth. You can open his legs this much, and he doesn't have no waist swivel. He only can kick a little bit from the back, but a lot in the front. Double jointed in each knee, and some ankle articulation. Comparison size time. But first, let's see how tall this guy stands. And he stands just exactly 6.5 inches tall height. Perfect size for this guy. And here he is with my Marvel Legends X Lionel. And you can see that X Lionel is a little bit taller than him. And there he is with my CN.Figures Street Fighter figure, Rashik. And you can see that he's taller than Rashik. And here he is with my favorite Marvel celeb, Thanos. And there you have it, guys. And this figure is so amazing with his sword and with his cape. Oh, I forgot to show you one more thing. That right here in his knees has some different detail. That right here in this one has some little bit like dark paint apps. And this one has, I think, a little bit light paint apps. And also forgot to show you that the top of his cape has some little bit sculpting. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, so that's all for today. So thank you for watching for today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you want to share this video, go ahead, be my guest. I won't mind. Comment, but remember, do not leave any offensive comments or saying bad words. If you do that, your comment will be removed from this video. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my videos, like my toy reviews, like my toy hunts, and everything. Just click the subscribe button right now. And please follow my Facebook page, CN.Figures. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care, be safe, keep on hunting, and keep on collecting. And I'll see you next time. This is CN.TSUKAIMA and Heimdall, and we're out in line.